Hey, it's Derek Richards. It's a Drink with Derek here in Las Vegas. Also in Las Vegas are my guests, Matt and Angela Stabile, the producers, Stabile Productions for the X franchise burlesque shows, X Country, X Burlesque, X Rocks. X Country is at Harrah's, X Burlesque is at the Flamingo, and X Rocks is at Bally's. Thank you guys for your time. I know normally wouldn't get a chance to pin you both down at the same time. But of course, with all this insanity going on, and I know obviously you guys are getting set to open up X Country here very, very soon. So I appreciate your time and taking a few minutes here to talk about this. It's exciting to actually talk about Las Vegas reopening.
Yes.
Yep.
Finally, we have some guidelines. Not my favorite guidelines, but we do have guidelines so we can open.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, because you guys, how long have you guys been in the business of producing shows here in Las Vegas or in general?
Well, we've both been in the business since we were kids, pretty much. Our business really started in 1986, and then Angela and I started producing X shows in 2002.
November of 2002.
Yeah, so we're coming up on 18 years. Really producing shows in Vegas, but we both have been in the business in television and theatrical for most of our lives.
Now, are you from Vegas originally, or where is home for you guys?
Well, I was born and raised in West Virginia, but I've been in here in Las Vegas since I was 21. So this is definitely home now.
Sure. Matt, how about you?
And I was born and raised in Southern California in Long Beach, and went back and forth between Southern California and here through college, and then ended up staying here, starting 1992. So it's kind of dating me. Yeah. So I've been here most of my life, most of my adult life. Yes.
No, it's great. Well, I mean, I've seen all three of the burlesque shows that you guys produce. I'm a fan of all of them. Can I audition for X Country? Would that be possible?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
I look great in Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. So
Okay.
all I want is a chance. That's all I'm asking.
Sure. Bring the Daisy Dukes and we'll give you a shot.
You are the most open-minded person I've ever talked to, Matt. Any other person who turned off their computer by now. Thank you.
Yes.
What? So X Country is the first one set to open, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Thursday night?
It is. Yeah. October 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the how is this unfolding here as far as what's the timetable for the other shows, I should say, for X Burlesque at the Flamingo and X Rocks at Bally's? Have they given you any kind of a timetable on that?
Well, there's an issue right now because the governor has set guidelines that the audience members have to be 25 feet from the stage. So X Burlesque, the X Burlesque showroom is 35 feet in depth. So that doesn't work at all. It makes it impossible. Right. So we're waiting for hopefully the guidelines to change for that. And
as I'm sure a lot of
X Country's showroom is larger. It seats 350. So we're able to, with the current guidelines, have 80 guests. So only seat 80 people. Yeah.
And how about over at Bally's? Is that kind of the same situation as the Flamingo in terms of showroom size?
Yeah, exact same situation.
Even worse.
They're intimate theaters, because we want the girls to be up close and personal, the whole experience. But so it'll still be a great experience at X Country, but it's the only one we're allowed to open now. We're also opening Piff the Magic Dragon here at the Flamingo on October 29th, and it's in the main showroom, so it'll be able to seat 250.
Oh, okay, so that's the one that Donnie and Marie were in, correct?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, well, that's cool. At least that gives you that opportunity to have that additional show opening up. So who is ultimately responsible for what opens? I mean, who do you guys answer to? Is it the health department? Is it Caesars Entertainment? I guess a combination of all of them?
Well, we work for and with Caesars Entertainment. And we had to come up. I mean, there's a lot of challenges with opening right now, but of course we're up to the challenge. But we had to come up with safety guidelines, present it to the county, and then they approve the guidelines. So safety first. It'll be a safe as can be experience.
Yes.
So
No, exactly. Now, is there anything in your tenure of putting together shows that even comes close to what we're going through right now as far as this shutdown?
No.
Has there been any?
Nope.
not in my lifetime, no.
No. We, she mentioned we've been working with the stagehands here in the big theater at the Flamingo, and they've all been here for, there's some guys that have been here like 15, 20
Since
years, or
the
even more than
80s,
that.
yeah, or more.
And they said even through, 9/11, all the different catastrophes we've had. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
We are backstage right
They've
now.
never seen anything like that, like this before. So it's definitely a different world,
Now, how does it change the dynamic for the dancers on stage performing? Because are they still asking you to maintain social distancing for the dancers on stage, or is it a matter of them getting tested for COVID? They test negative, cool. They can go ahead and be on stage together in a group setting and not have to worry about that social distancing thing.
No, they have to wear masks. So they have to be masked unless they're doing solos. And if you're on stage and do a solo, you don't have to wear a mask.
Okay, but as far as multiple performers on stage, because I know there's obviously a number of acts.
The famous
Look at
Jade
that.
Simone
This is
in the Pip the
speaking of a
Magic
mask.
With a blinged out mask. I love it.
The Flamingo.
Hi.
How are you?
We're very
I'm
lucky to have
good.
her join us.
Yes, I was trying to sneak through the room, but it didn't happen. So let me say it like this. You ready?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Las Vegas is reopening. And before you know it, you're going to see some of the most amazing X shows and Pip the Magic Dragon. My name is Jade Simone, and I cannot wait to hang out and say hi to you guys again.
Oh,
Masks
man.
on. We love you. Bye.
I love it.
A special
That
guest
was
star.
perfect.
Awesome.
Yes.
That was perfect. That was
She's
a great
amazing.
great plug for the show.
Yeah,
There you
she's
go.
so good.
But yeah, so the dancers do have to be socially distant. If they didn't have masks on, they had to be, I believe, 12 feet apart. Not 6, but 12 if they're dancing. So anyway, so the dancers will be masked, and then if they are doing solos, they'll be able to not wear a mask.
So how does that work then with you guys? Because I know that backstage, in terms of the logistics of the dressing rooms, I mean, is that a situation where you needed to actually create more space for them? Because I know they were all kind of in a confined area in terms of getting ready, because people don't understand the logistics of what goes on. They see what happens on stage, but to truly understand what happens behind the scenes is a totally different animal.
Yeah.
True. Well, we had to, we went back, luckily the dressing room at X Country is also fairly large, and we were able to have each dancer station 6 feet apart. And there's a lot going into this. The dancers have to exit a certain way the room. They have to enter another way, just as they do the stage. So it's quite a lot of guidelines. Challenging guidelines.
As well as over here,
but
too.
You know,
yeah. We're
we
making
can make it work.
Making it work.
Yeah.
It's nothing we can't get through right now. So.
I mean, did they give you did they show you the showroom and they said, all right, did they give you a seating chart and say, this is what you need to work with? Or did you have to go ahead and come up with your own template for this?
No, they had a seating chart and guidelines. Caesars has been very helpful with helping guide us of how we can do the show properly. We've had X Country, the girls a lot of times went out into the audience and did some numbers out there. We had to move all of that up on stage.
Right. The girls will not be leaving the stage at all.
Same with the
we
Pip
don't
show.
bring anyone up in X Country now.
Yeah. So there's just little things like that we had to change for now.
Well, how difficult was it for you guys to, and I know you guys always freshen up the shows with new numbers and modifying different routines. How tough was it for you to go ahead and choreograph new elements that meet these guidelines so that everybody was safe? I mean, the timeline of how it took once they said, okay, you guys can open, and you're like, okay, here's what we need to do. How long did it take to put that together?
Fairly quickly, because we wanted to be up and running.
X Country wasn't bad. We only had 4 numbers that we had to change the lighting, bring it from it was in the audience back up on stage, and choreograph it a little bit differently.
We have our choreographer Anthony Cardella, so he did it fairly quickly.
Fairly easy. That one was easy. And then there's been some hurdles here with Pip's show, but nothing that's too dramatic. We've made it work.
What were the hurdles with Pip's show?
Well, the same. We had to lose the first 25 feet of seating. There's certain guidelines of where he can and can't interact with some of the people. But it's nothing that really changed the show too much.
Right.
The good news, as a magician, you are allowed to not wear a mask if you are
Right. If you're
25
speaking
feet
or
back.
on stage, you're allowed to not wear a mask or singing. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're singing, you don't have to wear a mask either.
Yeah. Just all these rules. It's
Interesting.
yeah.
I can't even. Yeah, I can't even imagine. It's already enough of an ordeal, not an ordeal, but
Yes.
it's much of a production for you guys just to produce these things when everything is fine. I mean, handling promotion, advertising, marketing, social media, and then getting everything working and having the staffing. And now, now let's do this with your hands tied behind your back.
Yeah.
And now here, we'll just blindfold. And now you can't look to the left. So
yeah, it's like I mean, it is. It's a challenge. It's like a game show challenge, but it's real life.
Yeah.
It's like, here, do this. Okay, we can do it. We can make it work.
But we
But we
can.
can, you know.
I mean, Sisolak speaks today at 4.
So we'll
Who
see
knows
our
what,
new guidelines.
you know, yeah, he might have something different.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Maybe
It's-
something new.
everything's written on an etch a sketch anyway, and he just shakes it up whenever he decides he wants to. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk ill of the governor, but I mean, it's just been such a crazy time for everybody.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So now, so you guys open X Country on October 22nd. Piff the Magic Dragon opens at the Flamingo in the main showroom October 29th. When audience members come in, as opposed to a restaurant where they have to wear a mask when they walk in, they sit at their table, they can take their mask off. What's the guideline for your showroom, or your showrooms, I should say?
They have to keep their masks on. However, they are allowed to bring in cocktails from the bar outside the showrooms, and they're able to drink. So when they're actually drinking, they can have the mask off.
Okay, but as far as them sitting there watching the show and enjoying it, they have to have the mask on the whole time.
Correct. That is the rule.
Mhm.
Now, are they doing any of the meet and greets at all, or no, after the show? Or is that completely forbidden?
Not at this time. Yeah. The least amount of interaction, I guess,
Right.
that you're allowed. Yeah, you're not really allowed to do that.
Well, excited to at least get a chance to talk with you guys and at least see some positive movement on the meter with
Yes.
open up a couple of shows here. So hopefully sooner rather than later, we can be talking about opening up X Rocks and X Burlesque too, which
I sure hope so. Yes.
Yes.
what's your favorite of the shows? I know they're all your
so
kids, but everybody has a
They
favorite.
are.
Uh,
Oh boy.
well, I love the Piff show, but as far as the X shows, my favorite is the X Rock show, just because it's I'm a big rock and roll fan, and we were able to edit our favorite songs into the show.
And right before, in March, before it closed, we were ready to open in a new venue at Bally's, a new showroom specifically for X Rocks, and we added all this new stuff. So I can't wait to get that up.
New
up
props
and
and
running.
lots of new lighting and
it's amazing.
new theater. It's going to be a great, amazing show. So we're anxious to get
Good
that
experience. Yeah.
up and rolling again.
No, I like all three of the shows as well, but yeah, X
What's
Rocks
your
is my
favorite?
X Rocks. I just because
good.
I love the music, the special effects. So the fact that
Yeah.
you're talking about having this new showroom and all this other stuff added just sounds like it's going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
you'll love it even more.
We added a flying saucer, the front facade of a 1986 Jaguar for
Here I Go
Here
Again.
I Go Again.
Yeah.
We've added some a new magic
Try
trick. So we have a lot of really great stuff in store for when that show opens. So we're excited.
Matt, you had me at Flying Saucer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, remember the laser number? It's kind of a techno. The flying saucer will come down at the beginning of that, in the center
audience.
or the audience.
Over the
It's
audience.
it's not huge. But in that room, everything will seem big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be good.
Now,
fun.
everybody needs to see one of these shows. They're not only they're extremely well choreographed. I mean, it's a dynamic production. All of them are great, and highly
Thank you.
recommend people come out and see them. And when you get out to Las Vegas, everybody needs to start coming back here, fill up the hotels, the casinos, and check out X Country opening up October 22nd, and of course Piff the Magic Dragon opening up October 29th, and everything's going to open up immediately afterwards. I'm going to say that right now.
That's the plan. Yes.
That's the attitude.
Yes, please.
Thank you guys
Yes.
so much. I appreciate your time. Good luck with everything.
Great
All
to
right.
see you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Derek.
Derek.
See you guys.